So a very warm good evening to each one of you here, and welcome to this meet, the orientation meet for thyrotherapy, and welcome to the holistic wellness way of living. Well, today is the day of Thyroid Day. I don't know if people are aware of this, and wishing all of you a very happy thyroid well-being. Well, I would say thyroid, but it's holistic well-being for each one of you here who is in this meet. Few of them are my team of therapists here, and some of you are unknown to me because I'm meeting you for the first time. And those who have come here for the first time, not knowing me much, or just joined the program, can you please raise the hand so that I can so I see P Kaur. Paramjeet is your name or Param?
Actually, it's the full name is Paramjit, but
Yes. So welcome. I see VK live. Yes, Mr. VK. Mamta Jain.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Hello.
My name is Vishal. Vishal.
Okay. Hello, Vishal. So I'm hoping if I can have people like Neha Shah, Mamta Jain, Tasneem, and Mamta Combs. Can you come on the screen for a few minutes? Okay, thank you. Hi, Tasneem. Neha Shah, Mamta Jain. Hello, Mamta. Okay. It would be nice to keep your screen on just for a few minutes. If it's nice to know each other by face, at least Neha Shah. I think somewhere we have interacted. Mamta Gomes. Okay. I'm Sanjeev's sister. He gave the. Okay. That's nice to see you. Okay. Can you come on screen or it's a little difficult, I believe? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dr. Amit. I'm still stuck in office. Just give me a few minutes.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I get the practical issues. Okay. So I assume and I believe that all of you who have joined here, besides the team that is here, are someone who's having some issue with the thyroid condition. If there is someone who's not, can you raise the hand? Okay, so Dhara, I am considering you as the therapist team. So I definitely knew that you don't have it, but there are few people who are on the program. So we have a group here who have been interested to work with their thyroid condition, and that's exactly what we are meeting here for. So let me just begin with the orientation. Right now, I have a presentation, and what I'll do is once I go through the presentation, I will again open up this forum for all the questions that you want to ask, so that you get an idea of what this program is about, okay? And then I have my fellow therapists who are also the part of this project. So they are going to kind of be introduced. And okay, so Falguni is also here. And all the questions will be sorted here and there. So let me just share the screen with you. So welcome to this holistic wellness. As I mentioned to you, Holistic Wellness is a program that is a venture that I have begun with my team. And as the name goes, the aim is for the holistic well-being. And the focus is not just about removing the illness, but working on a holistic way of living and being, which eventually is going to bring you in touch with something of your own self as an essence, which perhaps over the period of time, once we are with a certain condition or a medical condition, we feel at times limited because we are not fully at ease. So this venture of holistic wellness is about focusing on a holistic way of living and being and getting in touch with your essence. Well, more about it, I'll discuss it some other time, but the aim of this whole venture is really bringing awareness about looking at the disease from a holistic perspective, inspiring you to look at yourself and your life in a way that you can really feel happier and feel fulfilling at all levels of your existence. And of course, empowering you in different ways. So we will be having therapy programs, we'll be having coaching sessions, we'll be having lectures and all that. You all are welcome, because this is one of the first venture of the holistic wellness program, which is primarily for the thyroid conditions. So we have a thyrotherapy as a program, which is going to be run for 3 months and a little more beyond that, and which is what I'm here to introduce to you. So when we talk of disease, most of the time the disease comes to our awareness because a body part has been diagnosed to be not well. And so when we get diagnosed through our investigations, and before that we already have started feeling not at ease, we have realized that it's not just the body which is not at ease, it is the individual not at ease. And this is something that I came across. So when I was practicing homeopath, I'm still practicing homeopath, where it came to my awareness, when people are falling ill, it's not about the illness or the ill in one part of the body. It's the person as a whole who's not at ease. So the person who's not at ease is not just the person suffering at the body part. And hence this whole focus is about not healing the body part, but the well-being as a whole. And who are we as individuals? We are not just the body, but we are also the mind, and we also have a soul. So this is the whole purpose of having a holistic wellness, because mind and the body are two sides of the same coin. How much ever we deny the fact, if you have really come across an experience where, forget about a big disease, but even if at times when you are feeling very physically exhausted, how is your mind? And if you are not happy, how do you feel is the energy at the level of the body? So most of you would have experienced that, and we forget over a period of time when we are suffering with the disease that our mind is equally going through uneasiness or a sense of feeling not okay as much as the body is. However, we have learned to quieten our body with some kind of pills or with some short-term measures which can symptomatically stop it, so that you can continue with your work on a daily basis. But over a period of time, it kind of comes to a halt, or sometimes you feel fatigued, energy levels goes down. So this is where the focus back comes to not addressing the body issue at the body level, but even at the mind level. If we really go through a lot of scientific study, and I've only quoted one. So my whole purpose of this is to really make very crisp as this program, because I would like to have more questions from you. So I'm going to run through some of the slides, but each of the slides has been one chapter by itself. And this is one of the chapter which I have picked up, or one of the quote that I've picked up from a book, Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, who's a cell biologist, and he's worked with the Genome Project for 20 years. And he's come to this understanding that whenever you require to change your body chemistry, one needs to work towards changing the perception. Because body is just a manifestation of what your mind thinks, feels, and believes or perceives. And vice versa. Whatever is happening at the mind and the body also brings back the same feedback to the mind, and then it kind of goes into a vicious cycle. So when the symptoms come at the body level, they are simply just like indicators. They are talking to you. They are telling you that you are not well. And the moment you look at it and then you feel consistently not well is when you're driven to a physician to get diagnosed with some condition. And then you feel, okay, this is what it is. And as the medical nomenclature goes, or medical convention goes, that they would give some prescription to treat that condition at that level. However, with the advancement in the science, and not just this, when I say science, at overall in different areas, whether it's physics, the quantum physics, whether it's the biology, working with DNA, or even at the chemical level, all these sciences and overall have come to an understanding that the mind and the body are two sides of the same coin. Whatever that you experience at the thought and the emotion level, it has been proven by evidence has concurrent effect on the body. So one cannot have a change in one without the other. And hence, if you're looking to bring a change at the body level, And especially if you're looking to bring it to a level that you can be completely be feeling free from the disease, because most of the time we are looking to be free from the symptoms rather than focusing on what is it to be healthy, right? So we may ask, okay, so how are you? Okay, my thyroid is good. Okay, my diabetes is good. It's in normal range. We are busy looking at that. But we are much more beyond our investigations. We are much more beyond our symptoms. And which is why the focus of the holistic wellness is to bring in the magic of your essence. Have you ever experienced what it is to live out our essence? What would it be to live out your fullest, complete essence and your potential? I'm waiting to hear from some of you, at least if you can. What would it be?
Amazing.
Amazing. Okay.
Amazing.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Paramjit. What else? It would be not just about amazing, but it would be living your fulfilling life, which means you're living at all levels. And our life is not just body. Our life is also about how we relate with people, how we relate with ourselves, how we relate with our relationships. So at some point, if you have to look at disease, how are we going to now look at disease is going to little shift. It shifts because we have been looking at body only at the body level, and we've been looking mental health as mental health. So what if mental health is equivalent to a physical health? And physical health is also about mental health. Well, when we talk in medical terms, what is health? Health is absence of disease, but it does not stop there. It is a state of complete physical, mental, emotional well-being. So our emphasis is not just about changing the body chemistry. And this particular quote very, aptly explains that changing body chemistry is also about changing of perception. Or what is perception? Perception is how you look at things. So perhaps there is something that we have embodied, which has brought into a certain way of looking at situations, which has culminated and translated at the body level. And this is not perhaps, this has been a lot of evidence study, which has been conducted by neuroscientists, immunologists, endocrinologists. I am holding back the study right now because it will take away the interest for all of you who are looking to really come and join this program to experience it. Most of you are aware that, whenever there is a change, so basically whenever there is a reality, the reality is that you all are here right now, right? We all are connected on this platform, or somewhere something that you heard about is beginning with a certain thought. And that thought is always connected to some feeling, which is why you would be drawn to visiting or feeling to bring a change, which in turn involves a certain level of your action. And that action occurs through certain aspect of us, which is the energy, which in turn influences the body. So this is what happens when it comes to the change in the environment or change in the body is a result of what you think and what you feel, which we translate it through our action and the behavior. If I have to bring at the body level, because we are not just talking about behavior, we are talking about right now something at the level of the body. So our body also is an expression of how we think and feel. And how we think and feel influences a lot our energy vortex, which is the energy vortex is called as chakra, which in turn has an influence on our body. This is a proven kind of a formula. Even if you go by the psycho, neuro, endocrine immunology. It's a big word, but it's a new emerging field in psycho, and it's about thought and emotions influencing your brain, your endocrinology and immunology, which is almost in sync with your thought and emotion, which is your psyche, influencing your chakras. Now, how are these chakras influencing the endocrine? Because they are in close proximity to your endocrine gland. Thyroid gland is one of the key vital endocrine gland, which is influencing the entire body and regulating the metabolic functions of the body, and thereby influencing the immunology and everything that the body experiences. So people who have thyroid condition would have symptoms which are not just limited to one part. The first experience or the commonest thing is fatigue, low energy, sometimes increase. So there are two types of thyroid, hyper and hypo. I'm not going again there into details. We'll have one more orientation or a discussion if we need to, but I'm restricting this whole talk to just give you an orientation of this program and then inviting questions and then giving you how we'll be flowing with it. So the body symptoms are generic, are at the different levels of your energy level, at the maybe at the lipid metabolism, at how the metabolism of entire system, sometimes the digestive system, sometimes even emotionally, mentally. And a lot of study has been conducted that this gland, endocrine gland, which is in close proximity with the throat chakra, which is a Vishuddhi chakra, also has to be known to be influenced by the thought emotion. And there's a certain thought emotion pattern that keeps influencing this chakra, which in turn is connected to all the chakras to influence the entire state of being, however, manifesting it primarily through the body affliction, which is result of the thyroid metabolism. So, which is one of the reason also why we can see thyroid condition in a very holistic manner. It is again a study conducted where the part represents the whole. So even though thyroid gland is in the throat, we know how it is regulating the entire body. It influences the entire body as a whole. There's a psychologist called by the name of Gestalt who's been also talking of the whole represents to the part. So even though we have symptoms in one or two parts of the body, it's your body speaking to you as to what has been a derangement of the whole body system. So these are the basic principles from where we are deriving and coming to the understanding of how are we going to treat this in a holistic manner. And we're going to employ integrated clinical hypnotherapy. Integrated clinical hypnotherapy works at all levels. Primarily working at the mind level, we've just seen the scope of the mind on the body and vice versa. We're going to utilize techniques of hypnotherapy. Most people are aware of hypnotherapy as a programming modality. Well, it is far, far, far from being programmed. I rather say that it's more about deprogramming. Because as you have grown from the time that you were born as a child, and from the 0 to 8 years, the development of the mind was concurrent to the development of the brain and hence the body. A lot of thinking and feeling that influences your mind and your behavior and your personality has been influencing how you are today at different levels, whether it is mind or even affection at the level of body. And hypnotherapy, especially the integrated approach to hypnotherapy, which involves regression therapy, is about not just treating it at the symptom level, but as I mentioned to you, going back to the thought. So what is the root thought emotion pattern that is influencing your chakras to influence your body? So there is an interconnection between the mind and the body, which has been taken care of completely, deeply, and fully, going to the root cause of the illness. And hence, this has been our primary modality in the thyrotherapy to access the thyroid condition, not just at the expression level. So thyroid symptoms are the expression of where it has been a culmination of a thought emotion pattern, which may have come up from the formative years, which slowly has got into a certain kind of a behavioral pattern, which keeps you in that way of behaving and relating to a certain way, which has over a period of time in some situations has got activated, and in cases or conditions of stress has got into succumbing you or your body to certain symptoms. And symptoms are not something that one can take away, but symptoms, as I mentioned to you, are indicators. So if you are walking on a road and if you see the indicator, or if you are driving down the road, what is the role of an indicator? To indicate you where to stop, where to pause, where to continue, which means indicators are extremely essential. We don't kill the indicators, but we take them as a guideline and guide you on the route. And we are going to use exactly the same thing. The symptoms will be guiding you to root, to find the root, R-O-U-T-E, root. Through the root, go to the root of your illness. And what we use is a trance approach, accessing the subconscious mind. Some of you who may not be aware of it, I'm just going to simply very broadly touching upon it, because individual therapists who would be taking care of your conditions will be explaining you in depth about what is mind and how it works. So most of us know about the mind has two aspects, the conscious and the subconscious mind. And what we are looking as hypnotherapists is to access the subconscious mind, which is actually the repertoire and repository of all the experiences from the time that you are in the mother's womb, even prior to that. The conscious mind is your CPU, or the processing unit, which is processing information. So currently, if anybody and every one of you who have symptoms are having symptoms which are at the level of the conscious mind, you identify areas that you are not okay with, that you're trying to deal with it, which has been stemming out from the subconscious and from your formative years, and has been storing in your subconscious as beliefs, as your experiences. And this has been associated over a period of time as a part of your pattern. And which is why we say the subconscious mind is the one that takes care of all of your involuntary functions. The conscious mind is the one that takes care of your voluntary functions of the body. And the subconscious mind, which takes care of the involuntary functions, also is connected to your individual experiences, which have been the way that you are thinking, feeling, and believing. And which is why many of the times you wonder, I'm so good in my diet, I'm so good in my regimen, I have everything that I'm taking care of it, but why does it have to happen to me? So all those illogical situations that you are struggling with, whether at the level of body or at the mind or relationships or in any area of the life, and which has culminated to you feeling not at peace or ease, there's somewhere the answer in your subconscious. And a hypnotherapist aims to kind of reach to this level so as to go to the root of your illness. And so we'll have this. So there have been client who has been working with hypnotherapy, and she's been very kind enough to give us this testimonial. She's one of us here. I'm just reading out how she's experienced it. I started my therapy for an issue of feeling of being used, not able to express myself appropriately. So she started from the mental root. And then she took around 6 sessions, started feeling more empowered to express herself. It showed her how to draw a boundary in relationships. I believe that's what she means to say here. However, as my therapist always used to say, the clinical therapy gives you more additional benefits around 3 to 4 months later. That was the time when she had joined the therapy session. And I think now she's a therapist around here. She may be sharing a personal, she'll be sharing a personal experience if we have time permitting. Most of the time, this hypnotherapy gives you a wholesome benefit besides the body getting healed, even the mental health getting treated. For her, it was vice versa. It was for her a bonus to feel the body healing with the mental health. And then she realized that after taking all these therapy with respect to her mental health, she was traveling out of India. She forgot to take her thyroid tablets. And when she came back, she realized she had not taken it. And on her return, when she did her medical test, it was amazingly, surprisingly normal. So one of the biggest pain of her life was to begin her day with medicines, which is now vanished from her life. That's what her testimonial is. She's one of us here. And just without taking much of the time, I'm going to go to the next program, or the next slide, sorry, about the program. So we're going to have this thyrotherapy over a period of 3 months. We have a team of therapists, and each one of them would be allotted who are interested to register for this program. It's a clinical hypnotherapy session based on mind-body approach, complementary, which means it's drugless, but it's complementary to you taking your medications. We will be watching you vigilantly over a period of time while you're going through your one-to-one private therapy session. We'll have a long-term follow-up. I will have 5 sessions in the period of around 2 to 3 months. And we will be focusing on your symptoms as to what are the areas that are not working or not at ease besides the body. So it's a wholesome approach and the outcome focused approach. So what we're looking to address for each of you, for some of you who's already on medications may feel, what change can I experience? Well, what are we looking to is not just change at the body level, but even at the mind level, which means there are several symptoms we have come across in thyroid cases, which seem to be responding extremely well when we have employed this kind of therapy. So what are those changes that you can expect is elevating stress, calming your anxiety, depression, mild, moderate, whatever, enhancing your confidence and productivity, improving your self-esteem with that, improving your sleep if you have sleep issues, improving interpersonal relationships. A lot of times, thyroid conditions are known to have a metaphysical cause. And over a period of time, we have realized it is all about connecting to how you feel about you. Interestingly, when I was researching a little more besides undertaking therapy, I've come across thyroid is one hormone which is also considered to be a personality hormone because it regulates the entire body system. And with the body system getting regulated, your mental health is getting regulated. And if that is affected, you may notice how it starts affecting your self-esteem. It affects your depression. This moods, I would say it gives rise to depression. It affects your gut function. It affects your sleep. So overall, we are not just looking for the normal range of thyroid. Of course, that is one of the very key factor, but improving your relationships and breaking unhealthy patterns that may be impacting your life at any level, whether it is emotional, mental, financial, or social. And of course, thyroid hormones to be kept in the normal range. So we will have a very systematic recording right from day one, follow up for around 1.5 years. But this right now will give you the schedule for the first 3 months once you register for it and give you an outline of how are we going to do it. We'll have it at our place, which is at Goregaon West. That's my clinic. I'll be giving you the details about it. We're going to start today. Basically, today is the orientation day. So we're going to start having sessions from Monday onwards. And once you register, we'll give you and appoint you as therapist. And the therapist and you can decide on the time part of it. And then we can go on systematically over a period of, with you and your therapist, you can decide around the time of the sessions. How do you enroll? We have a Google Doc, which I'll send you on the group. And each session is around 800. So if we keep around 5 sessions, it would be around 4,000. But if you're enrolling it together, because we want you to make the most out of it. If you take all the 5 sessions together, which is what is the need, then it's around 3,800. And if you have any more questions as to how do you want to know more about this program, it would be nice to have your questions in place because that was the whole purpose of having this orientation. So please go ahead, feel free to ask any and every question. I tried to keep this program as this because I wanted to keep half the time for me and half the time for you. You means people who are looking to really help themselves with the thyroid condition.
I have a question.
Yes, yes.
The thing is, I stay in Vashi and I do want to enroll, but traveling to Goregaon is going to be a big problem. So, is there any option where I can do it online or something? Or
okay, I have been getting queries about online. My concern is that online sometimes have issues with comes to connection. Right. So what we have decided, Tasneem, is that at least 1, 2, or 3 of the 5 sessions you can come on site. Okay. Because
okay.
first, I'll tell you where. The first thing is when you meet your therapist one-to-one, right? And in the short while, I'm going to introduce all my team of therapists because they are all accomplished. When I say accomplished, they have done the complete program of clinical hypnotherapy and also added postgraduate program. Besides, I have trained them enough. So they have been associated with me for a good long time. I would say more than 2 to 3 years now. So I know how their working styles are. And I have given them a complete protocol. So when the first time when you meet your therapist, it's about you and your therapist to build a rapport. And of course, then after that second or third session, once you have done at least 3 sessions, then we'll work around finding out a way that we can do it online. Okay. And the timings of this session will be between 12 to 5. So this will be hopefully to negotiate and bypass the Mumbai traffic. So I have many queries coming from you and outside Mumbai to tell you the fact there's already somebody outside Mumbai who's attending the program here, and she's also looking forward to take it ahead. But my concern is that if everybody gets their local therapist, right, the benefit will be multifold. We have been working with online sessions in COVID, but this is something I'm looking to have a client-centric and outcome-focused approach. And I don't want to exaggerate. I am not here to overcommit. At the same time, I'm here to give 100% commitment. So if you are coming, so Tasneem, are you satisfied?
Yes, I came all the way there for you are my teacher, so I do know. I personally was your demo, and I know the difference it made in my life. Today I am out of 2 fears. We worked on 1 fear and I'm off 2 fears. So yes.
Yeah, and 1 session. I remember that session now.
Yes.
So
I remember it because I mean it's there in my life.
Yeah, thank you so much. So that's the scope. Now, because it's a body work, when I say body, because there are body condition involved, we will be approaching the body condition with different levels, right? And I have trained the team of therapists that they will look at all the levels, the thought, emotion level, the energy level, the root level, organ level. So in that case, we also would want you to make the benefit of all the 5 sessions. And there could be a scope if you want to have 1 or 2 sessions more. So every week I'm going to have a meet with my team of therapists. So each of them will be working with you. But even if they're working with you, we all are working together as a team. And then I'll be also meeting them. So at some level, I'll be overviewing it. And we will be discussing it wherever we feel any one of you is getting stuck. Okay, so that's the benefit. Now, online sometimes gives you a little distant feeling. And secondly, the net connection is something we're extremely apprehensive of. And thirdly, when you're in an online situation, there are other factors around which are influencing you. So there are certain criteria needs to be fulfilled, which I will again give you when you go for online. But I will be insistent on a one-to-one on-site approach. And it's just a matter of 5 sessions. I know it's a matter of time and travel, but that can be done in the minimum traffic time in Mumbai. And luckily we have metros and we have all the things. Okay. So Tasneem, I would look forward if you can make the most out of this.
Yes, ma'am. 5 days is not much to travel. It's okay. I can always do that.
Yeah. And I'll see you after a long time. So that will be another benefit.
Yes, I really am looking forward to that.
Yes. Anyone else who has a similar question, let me address it if you have a query right now, because then I'll take another level of question because you may have lots of questions. I am anticipating it. So Paramjeet Kaur, I think you also had asked me about.
Yes. So, sorry, even for me, only when I travel, that's the only possibility. When I come and stay over there for 2-3 months, that is the time I can commute up and down.
Okay, so right now you are
I was thinking that even if I start with online, whatever benefit I can get, and again when I meet you, I can go ahead with more sessions. I'm really keen to.
So where are you right now?
Right now I'm in Dubai.
Okay.
So maybe next month or maybe after that I'll come. So whenever I come, I normally come for 2-3 months. So.
Okay, so I thought you told me you're in Pune, so I was
No,
chatting.
I come to Pune, like from yes.
Okay, so let's figure it out for a while. But well, for all the Mumbaikars, I have no negotiation here. And how many of you are Mumbaikars or Mumbai? Tasneem and Falguni? Are you online? I only see my therapist on screen. I would really appreciate if those people who are there who have come for knowing their thyroid condition. Yes, Vikas, am I correct?
Hi.
Hi, Vishal.
Vishal.
Sorry, Vishal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm from Mumbai. I'm from Malad itself.
Okay, wow.
So I'm really looking on this, I guess. And I'm really looking forward to, have a one-to-one session with the therapist.
So would you like to ask any questions? You have any questions or
Uh,
query?
no, I think so. The whole session was very beneficial for me, and everything, whatever doubts, I had, the whole whatever I listened to you, and I was really clear about everything. But still, one-to-one when I meet you, see, I'm a singer by profession. I'm a celebrity singer.
All right.
So I have, that's a whole journey which I would like to, tell about myself once, we have a one-to-one session. So for
Okay.
now, I'm okay with that, but I'm really happy and grateful that somehow, I don't know, I just saw the poster today on one of my, Insta friend on her story.
Okay.
So I didn't even know about that, and I suddenly
Mhm.
told her that I didn't even know that today is thyroid day,
Yes.
right? So I feel really that I'm lucky, and I'm really looking forward to.
Sure. So we'll give you all the information we all have added all of those people who have kind of registered. And we'll be
Okay.
sending you the information of how to register. And then once you register, we'll be allotting you the therapist. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then from there we'll take on. So thank you, Vishal, for this sharing. Nice to know that your questions are addressed. Anyone else?
Thank you.
Falguni, thank you. Falguni is here. Neha Shah, Mamta Gomes, Mamta Jain.
My query has been addressed by the first this thing
Yes,
regarding the travel.
I am aware of it, Falguni, but you understood why I said it right now, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And
I
we
think
will,
it will be worth the 5 days of travel.
yes. And you know that you've already done the 5 days of travel, and I hope it was worth it too.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
looking forward to see you back again. And
Yes.
thank you, Falguni. Mamta Jain and Neha Shah. Neha Shah, they are not there. Mamta Gomes. Any of my friends here, colleagues here want to ask anything? So if Neha Shah, Mamta Gomes, okay, Neha, I can see you're unmuting. Would you like to share how? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I will still
it's-
cannot turn my video on. I'm still
No.
in office, it's some
Oh,
issues and
no
yeah,
worries.
so I was hoping, to try and continue with the session as much as possible, until I'm forced to disconnect. So yeah, I mean it is actually quite interesting. I definitely would like to understand uh you know how exactly do you approach this issue, this physical issue, with a therapy, that is basically supposed to work on your subconscious and conscious mind. I mean, I do understand and I completely am aware that this is all connected. But it's just that, is it just kind of like a conversation where the person is kind of like guided on how to think, what to think, and is that how it works? I mean, that is just the part I'm curious about.
Okay, so I understand it's very new to you. So I'm glad you are asking it because the introduction was very, very succinct, very, 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 very crisp. So, so first and foremost, Neha, um, are you aware or are you knowing that mind and the body are the two sides of the same coin? Do you believe that? Do you know that? Because I'm going to kind of also
Yes,
make, yes, yeah.
yes, I absolutely believe that and understand that. Yes.
Perfect. Now that you know this, let me just now jump to hypnotherapy. So hypnotherapy is a therapy involving a hypnotic trance. A trance is a meditative-like state. A meditative-like state that takes you to the subconscious state where you're not totally knocked out. Your control is not totally taken away. It is taken away to the extent as we have decided to work on a certain condition. So there is a certain discussion before we work with you. And we don't tell you what to think. Basically, it is not about programming. This is what I told you. It's not a programming program. It's about understanding you. So it's a extended form of psychotherapy where you understand your state of mind, your situations. And then when we understand that, we also give you an understanding of how we work. And we are looking to identify a certain thinking, feeling pattern which has got a fixed way of looking at situation. If you may have been through one of the slides that I said change in perception brings a change in the body chemistry. Were you there when I mentioned that?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
So
yeah.
this is the first time ever I've taken this topic in such a succinct way. So if you would believe, this is exactly what we do. Because whatever that you experience at the body level, now what happens at the body level? Either your behavior, which means your talking, your behavior as a body language, your expression, and sometimes if that becomes so much a part of you, it starts kind of bringing disharmony and disconnect with your mind. Not disconnect in a total disconnect way, but you think something, but you cannot express it fully. Have you experienced that?
Yeah, it does happen sometimes, yes.
Now, when this happens, or you are so well every way, but somewhere you don't feel good enough, or something is amiss. There's a gap in what you think should be and what actually is. Now, what we do as hypnotherapists is we are understanding this, and we try to take you from what you think should be to what actually is, because that gap is what is creating the pain. Yes. And that pain is something that keeps you in the pain emotionally, mentally. And whenever the mind cannot express fully, the body speaks what the mind cannot. And so it culminates into a disease. So as hypnotherapists, since we understand the mind body and we see that the psychology and physiology are together, we've noticed people with chronic ailments have chronic ailments thanks to the overall way their personality has developed. There's nothing right and wrong about it because everybody has an individual situation. So we don't teach anybody to program because they're already programmed. Unfortunately, the programming is falling short of what you can deliver beyond what you have feeling and believing. So we take you to first identify where is it the pain. The pain is of course at the body level by way of symptoms, but there's a pain at the level of feeling and thought as well. When I say pain is a generic way, uneasiness or not feeling good. Once we bring this kind of coming to a core understanding of your thought and feeling, is where we start addressing working through regression. Regression is going to your childhood where it started formulating as a foundation of your personality. Okay, so the therapy, and that is what actually individual therapists have been trained to teach you. So I would have loved to take this. Let me see how it goes. The program goes. We'll have once in a while these meets with all the clients also, how your mind works, because that's what they will be describing to you, or rather sharing with you, and then giving you. I'm giving you very brief touch points.
Okay.
Because I believe people have come here for orientation. This lecture can go out for 1.5 hours. Okay. So if I have mentioned to, if you have paid attention to what I mentioned to you, that the foundation of your personality is in the formative areas, formative period, we are also accessing it to the point where the thought and this emotion of this personality, the seeds of your personality were sown.
Okay.
And that is to a regression process, which is very safe, which is done in a way that you can give you an awareness, at the same time helps you to free you of those patterns. What an average psychotherapy does is trying to bring catharsis, release of your pain, and giving you awareness. Hypnosis gives you an added benefit of accessing the subconscious areas in the areas where the psychotherapy can't go cognitively. So many times we have accessed even the intrauterine or maybe the first few formative years of the life that you had no memory of or partial memory of, because that's where somewhere how you became what you became today. And these have been known to be the the foundation of your personality, which has got into certain patterns and culminated into body.
Okay.
Okay. So we are not going to teach you. Nobody can teach. We can't teach you. And we are not supposed to teach you. But what a hypnotherapist does is facilitate you. It's a facilitation to guide you to that point where it all began. And the moment you know, oh, this is where it was done, and the awareness is the cure. And secondly, the pain which is there, you saw something happened in my childhood and I could not express fully, or I hesitate to express, or I feel I'm not feeling good about how I am seen as. Now, these are the thought patterns that we are struggling as people who are now grown into professionals. All of us are qualified. We're trying to compensate for these kind of limiting thoughts, emotions. And that's what the hypnotherapist has been trained to work to that level. As much as once that is taken care of, we'll also explore the area of the body, which means you will understand that how your body responds to what you are talking. What you say is heard by your body. Your body is 70 to 80% water. Water carries, so there are now enough evidences. I can actually write pages on it, but I really made this program balanced way for everything that you want to know. There are enough scientific evidences. The water has an immense memory, cellular memory. Cellular memory is, the cells are made up of water. So all that you think, feel is kind of impregnated in that water. So cellular memory, you might have heard. So we carry these memories either from wherever, and we'll find out. We don't decide that we will go only to that level. We will just allow the mind to travel to that level, to where it all began. And once that gets unfolded, or it's like lid opening and allowing that to go, something shifts, because that part of you which was locked, it's like a WinZip file which was compressed, suppressed, or sometimes repressed, is where it is the cause of the disease. It's a proven fact now. Most of the diseases, in fact, most medical doctors talk about 95% of ailment being psychosomatic. I have only quoted one doctor here. Only one doctor. I have other 10 in my list, which I can. Okay. So, the hypnotherapy is this kind of hypnotherapy. I'm talking of integrated clinical hypnotherapy, which involves also working with all levels, is going to address the root cause and helping you to undo those patterns. So once you are shifting at that level, your body does not have to take the baggage or does not have to hold that. There are several books, by the way, if you are all interested. Body Never Lies. Body speaks what the mind cannot speak. This is all on the same lines. And this is not just talk. This is not just fluffy. This has been experimented long time back, experienced in so many cases and conditions that we are working on a day-to-day basis. The reason I have taken this thyrotherapy project, part of an intuition, because I do work on a daily basis with homeopathy, with clinical hypnotherapy, regression therapy. I'm a trainer. This is not to tell you what we are kind of, bombastic about it, but telling you that we come across this in variety of people in different conditions. But we decided to take one condition because we see a rampant increase in thyroid conditions. It's one of the most significant endocrine gland. And as I told you, it's called as a personality gland.
Right.
So this is where it is. So I hope I have been able to give you what hypnotherapy or integrated.
I know, definitely. Right. No, it has definitely helped me understand. So yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah.
So we have a treatment plan based on different aspects about it. I don't know whether you were there, because I understand you would be partly in your work. So it's a 5 therapy session, minimum 5. And most of the times it would be worked upon. And we also look forward that once you've done in 3 months, this thing, it's basically a study as well. So for us, it's not just, we are not experimenting, by the way. We are just conducting a study, and probably at the end of the study, we know some of the reasons very well, but we at the same time are looking to have more focused approach towards this.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what I could tell you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Most welcome, Neha. Neha, where are you, if I can know?
I am in Ghatkopar.
Okay, all right. Okay. Okay. And you're working, as I understand, you are working
Yes.
from Monday to Friday?
Monday to Friday. Saturdays I work from home. So
okay.
yeah.
So you can let us know how your interest is and how you would want to take
definitely.
it up.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Doctor.
Welcome. And there's Mamta Gomes. I now saw Mamta Jain is in Gurgaon. So thank you, Mamta Jain. Where is she? Or she's left, I believe. Yes. And Mamta Gomes, yes, your Sanjeev's sister, Sanjeev, Dr. Sanjeev's, or is it Sanjeev? I know two Sanjeevs, I'm sorry. All right, I can't see. Yes. Okay, so Mamta, you want to share something, or you would speak to me in person? And before I end and before people want to leave, I would want to introduce my therapist here. The team of therapists is here already. I see Monica Srivastav. You can raise your hand. Huh? There's Hiral. Then there's Sangeeta Shetty. Lenovo is Sangeeta Shetty. Change your name. There's Swati Sule. She's somebody who's experienced this shift, and she's the one who's been kind enough to give us this testimonial. There is Dhara Parikh. She's from Ahmedabad. She's a therapist who's very eager to work, and she's willing to take this into Ahmedabad. And Chandni Desai. She's behind the screen. She's another therapist. And there's Khushi, who's also a therapist, as well as our admin, who's going to she's raised her hand, and she's going to be the one who's helping us to kind of do the whatever, administering the whole work along with me. So I'll be supervising the whole project. It's a project, and at the same time, I'm connected to all the people who are here coming to enroll for our program. What I'll be doing is, once this class is over, I'll be sending you the details for there's for somebody joining now, interestingly, and I think that's Savita Prabha, Savit Prabha. So I'll be sending you the registration formality, which means it is essential that you let us know your confirmation by registering for all the 5 sessions. I'll send you the Google Pay link, which is the number of mine, as much as the bank details. Once you do it by tomorrow, day after, we'll be connecting to you to give you your respective therapist. And along with that, you can let us know between 12 to 7. We have 2 slots. We have 12 to 2 and we have 3 to 5. Okay. So once you register, you also message which is the slot that you would want to. We're going to start from Monday onwards. All right. So once you are telling me that, yes, I'm willing to enroll for this program, tell me your date. Date is Monday. We're starting Monday. So जैसे बोलते हैं ना, कल करे सो आज करे सो आप, तो वैसी बात है. तो you just message me 12 to 2 or 3 to 5 so that I can accordingly keep the slots available. There may be a few more people joining because they have not been able to join today. So I'll be sending them this recorded session. And then we'll have some more people joining us. So it would be nice to let us know earlier, the better. And the sessions will be at a certain interval, which you will discuss with your therapist, because of course your time and your therapist time has to synchronize. Okay. So any questions besides this? I see a lot of messages, but I can't read. Okay, so Sanjeev's Choitani. Okay, your Sanjeev's sister, you're based in Dubai. Maybe when I'm there next. Interestingly, there are 2 people from Dubai, which means Dubai calling. Okay. Either you come or I come, but yes, I don't know when, but I think let's do. So, Mamta, should I connect with you and Param a little later? Or maybe as and when?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. And Mamta, yes? Okay, she's perhaps... Okay. Any?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask.
Yes.
Suppose if we enroll for the program,
yes,
but we join from say the 5th or 6th of June.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yes, it is fine.
Because currently a lot of things I'm held up. So by the time, it will be easier to.
Yeah. So what I'll do is once I send you the registration details, yeah, and each of you can kind of connect to me on a personal basis. It would be nice because once you tell me the day and the date, there are 2 slots for every day, 12 to 2 and 3 to 5, right? And then I'll accordingly put the therapist on those slots and I'll discuss with my team of therapists. So then we can take it from there. Yeah.
Fine.
Or you can also put it on the group that you are. So I have created this group, which is only for thyroid conditions, people with thyroid condition, which means, and those who are going to be enrolled for therapy. So people who are not enrolling for therapy, maybe I'll once again talk to them and see their interest. And as and when I find the therapist in that condition or, online, whatever we are sorting it out. We are also beginning to get to know how many people and who are there. So once we get that clarity, we will appoint you. But people who are feeling, no, this is not at all for me. I don't know how many of you are feeling that. If you feel that, then of course we'll speak to you in person and we'll have to ask you to come back to us in another program and leave that group. So Savit Prabha Jain, hello. Can you come on the screen, please, because you just joined. Huh? I can't see her. Savit Prabha. Prabha, can you come online? I mean on screen, sorry, online, on screen. Okay, perhaps they are not. So maybe we'll get in touch with them individually. All right. So, well, I see people leaving the group because they feel they have got what they wanted to. There are more questions. You're welcome. And Paramjit, yes, I understand your concern. I look forward to see you soon. And I would, Falguni, do you have any questions? No. And Savit Prabha? All right. So, well, what are we going to do? I have only my therapist now online, right now on the screen. The therapist will meet the others. We'll kind of keep in touch with you once you register. And we can close this program. If there's no more question, no query here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Issue address, Falguni is fine. Okay.
I'm also good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Tasneem, you're okay?
Thank you so much.
Forward
yes, ma'am.
to
I look forward to seeing you soon.
All right. So message me and I'll give you the issue is address. Okay,
Yes,
Sabit. Fine. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Falguni. See you.
See you.
Savit Prabha, she's still not. Okay, so I think we have all. So right now I don't hear from her. Can somebody message her in person, or I don't think she's here. She doesn't seem to be aware that the program is on. And okay, so here I pause the recording.